Buono Natale, everybody. That is what we say in home country of Italia. I mean, it's probably not, but hey. Okay, so after this slightly off, and with slightly I mean very off performance, that was really stupid and probably made me lose all my Italian subscribers, I welcome you to this episode. See how Val and Chris celebrate Natale together, and see if my theory is right that they have some kind of falling out. Or a kiss. Or something weird. I don't know, but something has to happen. I'm borderline convinced that something important will happen here. Morning had almost passed when I woke up. I ended up being awakened by Farney's angry voice as she peered over my face.
お昼に待ち合わせじゃなかったっけ?
Morning.
おはようじゃないでしょ?
Then what do you want me to say?
黙ってなさい.
I didn't really have time to fool around with Farney. I energetically jumped out of bed in an attempt to shake off my drowsiness and went to take a shower. By the way, did you realize that the music had a slight change? I think it started when Chris started himself to realize that he has affections towards Val. Is this Chris I'm a lover mood music now, or what is going on? Or is it the Christmas special? I don't know. 30 minutes until the appointed time. I had nothing else to prepare besides my fauteuil, so I could easily still make it. Also, washing, not all that important. The faces of the people on the streets had a distinctly different feel to them from usual. There were people who had already made their prayers, and those who were on their way to do so. Unlike the regular Sunday masses, the Mass at Natale was held continuously throughout the day, so that as many people as possible could attend. There also wasn't much of a ceremony. The priest wouldn't read out scriptures, nor would bread and wine be distributed. Is that true? How can Italy's masses be so different from Germans? I mean Catholics at that. Huh. Or maybe that isn't true. I mean, it's still fantasy Italian. So I don't know. However, hymns could be heard flowing from the church the entire day. And while it was a rather troublesome procedure, it was possible to line up to receive blessings from the priest. The church itself was open to all, and it was possible to head in right away and pray. But it was common practice to first line up in the qui. I forgot again how to pronounce that. Shit. Which would at times extend all the way outside to receive blessings. In the previous 2 years, I used to line up there together with Arietta. By the way, there was a character with the name Arietta in Tales of the Abyss. She was evil. I'm just saying. You know? Plot twist of the game. Ari was evil all along. She tried to seduce Chris with one of the many girls in the school so she could break up with him. And he looks like the asshole. That is not even M. Night Shyamalan level anymore. That's even a more retarded twist. As I was waiting for Val in front of the trattoria, I heard a familiar voice call out to me.
Chris!
Oh. Now that is a bit awkward. Ah! Torta! Good morning.
こんなところで何やってるの?
Waiting for someone?
ファルシータさん?
Yeah, we're going to a concert later, so we decided to go in uniform to look a bit more formal.
そう.
Yeah, that is really so. What about you?
これからお祈りに行くところ。クリスも行くんでしょ?
I'm planning to.
一応か。ならあっちで会うかもしれないね。
Perhaps.
それじゃあ急ぐ用事でもないけど邪魔しちゃ悪いから。
Jesus Christ, please, Chris, tell her to stay. She said and casually waved. Torta?
特に会う機会もないから教会で会えなかったら来年かな。
Yeah.
じゃあね。
Really? Really? You could go together to church? Jesus Chris, you're doing all wrong. You're doing it all wrong. See ya. I stared at her retreating figure until it vanished from sight, then looked the other way.
おはよ
Good morning. I suppose it's a bit late for that.
う。それもそうね。
Did you just arrive?
と、
Fal awkwardly averted her eyes for an instant, then said with determination,
ちょっと前。トルティニダさんと話してるとこから。
You didn't really have to wait though. Sorry.
私の方が。
It's alright. This is between Torta and I, after all.
ひょっとしたら彼女も気づいていたかも。
Like I said, it's nothing you should worry about. Why is anybody worrying about anything at this point? There is nothing to worry about. Yet. What is up with people? Am I so detached from reality? I mean, I might be. But sometimes it's hard. Maybe in reality I'm robot and I just didn't know. So where do we go if we follow yesterday's plan?
教会に行ってから演奏会かな。
Okay. And after that, there was somewhere else you wanted to go, right?
ちょっとね。
It's the Makeout Hill. Ingenious joke. Ingenious. I have them like all written down beforehand, you know? Awkward, they're making out joke. Make out hill. Awkward, Chris is a stupid rich son of a bitch. Chris, fuck you, you bourgeois pig. You know, that is what I do before episodes, basically. Well, we'll leave that until later.
とりあえず教会に行く？
Right, it's customary after all. You say so.
今同じ方向に歩いている人全部教会に向かうんだろうね。
Fal continued as we went on our way to our destination. Probably, when you consider that, it will probably be packed. We entered the new town. I felt it had been ages since I last set foot here. The church, as well as these stores and houses, were newly built after more and more noblemen settled in this town. It was probably why the storefronts here were far more gaudy in comparison to those in the old town. I couldn't say I liked it. Weird, why didn't you go then to the church in the old town? I mean, if it is the old town, there is a church, no doubt about it. I shifted my gaze to Fal, wondering if a girl would have a different opinion. Somewhat surprisingly, she seemed rather disinterested in the colorful windows lining the street and had her gaze focused straight ahead.
どうかしたの？
Nothing. I'm just thinking how it's been a while since I've been to the new town.
ああ、そういえば私もそうね。あまり来る機会もないし。
Everything is expansive around here after all.
そういうこと。
We were nearing the church, which lay beyond the new town. Compared to the number of people going, there was only a shockingly small number of people leaving. Many strong believers would enter the church and stay there until the evening. Perhaps that contributed to it. I had already suspected it would have been better to go a little earlier, but it was too late for regrets.
どうする？
Lining up might be a pain for now.
本当？実は私もそう思ってた。意見がまとまってきたね。さすがパートナー。
Lady, he has a girlfriend. You know that. Why is you doing that? The point we agreed on isn't exactly laudable, though.
それもそうね。
Oh well, let's at least go and check it out. Oh, Notre Dame. Ah, man. It's probably some Italian church, though. Probably not Notre Dame. But to be honest, I've never been to Italy and I've been to Paris, so I say it's Notre Dame. The streets were packed with people here. It would perhaps be more appropriate to call it a cathedral rather than a church. It was enormous, and it could fit thousands of people. The size of the quay in front of the entrance was so long, you would think every last resident of the town had lined up there. Even so, the area was shrouded in an eerie silence, as no man would dare to talk loudly in such close proximity to the church. Really? Man, you people have more respect for church than we have in Germany. Especially, have you ever been in a big church when there is no mass going on? Especially in big churches like, I've been in oh god, they just said the word, didn't they? Cathedral, right, in the cathedral of Cologne. There we go, Cologne is what it is in English. And it was loud there. All the tourist groups. And I don't want to enforce stereotypes, but especially the Asian foreign tourist groups were so loud. Now, I have nothing to do with the religion anymore, but I still feel like it's kind of inappropriate to yell from the top of your lungs inside of a church. I mean, I assume you wouldn't do that in, your own religious buildings either. It's what I assume. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you scream around in Buddhist temples.
ね
I know what you want to say.
え、このまま並んでたらお祈りするだけなのに
What do you suggest?
毎年行ってるんだよね。去年とか一昨年とかはどうだったの？
We came a bit earlier back then, due to the influence of a certain individual I went with.
そっか。
When I averted my eyes from the silence that had fallen, I noticed we had unconsciously walked up to the end of the quay. Might as well line up for a while.
うん。
It's weird, if Tota made him go earlier last year, why is she so late this year? Huh. It was about 30 minutes after that. We were standing about halfway into the quay now. How much time would it take to get inside, receive blessings, and say our prayers?
ね
Oh, this is how the mass works? That is a weird mass. I feel like the person who wrote this had no idea how a mass works. On the other hand, I had no idea the Christmas in Italy is on the 25th. So who is the idiot here? The girl whispered without looking my way, taking care not to draw attention amidst the tranquil atmosphere. Yes?
え、演奏会に間に合わなくなるといけないから抜けちゃおうか。
Before I even had the time to respond, she took my hand and pulled me out of the line.
お祈りはどこでもできるよ。
Stumbling out of the quay, I looked over my shoulder and saw that the gap we'd left had already been closed by the people who'd been lined up behind us. Foul!
このまま時間が経っちゃうと演奏会に間に合わないよ。
True, but still.
こっちこっち。
Still being pulled by my hand, I glanced aside and noticed Torta's back. She was standing in line all by herself. You know, I kinda like the symbolism here. Like the unholy pair of the guy with a girlfriend and the girl who's trying to get a guy with a girlfriend not getting the blessings. Kinda like that, to be honest. I stood gazing. Always when I'm amused about something, I start misreading stuff. I stood gazing over the people still lined up at a position away from the heavy pedestrian traffic. What should we do about our prayer?
ここですればいいじゃない。
There's no priest here, you know.
大丈夫。この大聖堂の神父様はご高名な方だから少しくらい離れててもお祈りを届けてくれるわよ。
Yeah, that is not how Christian praying works. But okay. With that, the girl closed her eyes and brought her hands together in front of her. Some simple verses even I could understand flowed forth from her lips. She was actually praying right here on the spot. Normally at Natale, people would pray to reaffirm the physicality of their existence. Put simply, since God existed only as a spirit, it was impossible for man to talk to or envision him directly. People would often forget the spiritual part that existed within them and be preoccupied with physicalities like material wealth. The purpose of the Mass was for them to reaffirm their existence and report their deeds to God. I mean, I don't know. God isn't really a spirit. Actually, it's not sure what God is. There's the Holy Spirit, there's Jesus, and there's God. At least in Catholic Church. I mean, I don't know how other Christian Christian beliefs handle that, but in Catholic Church it's pretty much like that. God is no spirit. Anyway. And the mediator between man and God, the one to deliver the prayers, was the priest. Yeah, hardly true. But I guess in praying to God, the priest isn't a necessity. On the other hand, priests are necessities. As far as I understand, priests are more like, they make your message stronger, you know? And they can, also, of course, I don't know what you call it in English, but you tell the priest you did bad stuff, and then they can say, your sins are forgiven. And then you pray the Ave Maria 20 times and we all good, you know? Why am I even talking about this? So much church stuff. Like, it is not even important right now. So it was actually more important, to confess to a priest at church than to pray, but... Yeah, but... Oh, it's about confessing. Now, is that a thing in Italy? That is a good thing. That is a good question. Do you confess your sins on Christmas in Italy? Or, oh, now that I think about it, the Pope. Doesn't the Pope on Christmas do Urbi et Orbi? Like, forgiving everyone who hears what he is saying, his sins? Or her sins? Now that I think about it, I have jack shit idea about what goes down in Catholic Church. Ha! Man, I wasted many years.
大丈夫よ。
The girl said cheerfully after she reopened her eyes, even though she seemed to have nothing to base her claims on. I similarly closed my eyes and looked back on myself. I couldn't put everything I felt into words. Yes, this is as close as we get to a black screen as we can get. I like this. I pictured Ari in my mind first. After that, Torta. After that, Forni. And finally, Fal. Ah, come on!
こんなところかな。
Fal said mischievously when I opened my eyes again. She had been watching me intently, it seemed. It was clear enough that I wouldn't be able to connect to God without the priest. Okay, no, we won't talk about this. Like, comment, and subscribe if you don't want to talk so much about religion as I do. But even more so, the church was so majestic that I hadn't been able to feel even a sliver of divinity. But what encouraged me far more right now was the smile right in front of my eyes. Let's go. We left the church behind us. With a final side glance, I managed to spot the familiar figure disappear into the entrance.
さて、ちょうどいい時間になったから、そろそろ行こうか。
Good idea. After having wasted our time at the church, we had taken a leisurely stroll through the new town. And now, it was almost showtime. Unlike the church, the concert hall wasn't decorated with garish ornaments. Even so, beautifully would probably be an appropriate word to describe it. It was a practical, rectilinear building, but it still had a sense of beauty to it. It was evident that a concert was about to start, as a considerable crowd had taken shape. Apparently, there was only reserved seating for today's concert, so there had been no need to rush. Even so, Fal had assured me it would be best to enter as soon as possible, so I just went along with that.
それでは失礼します。
いえ、ありがとうございました。
A courteous person came over to greet Fal, then left again. Who was that?
学院長の知り合いだったかな。
Wow, you're acquainted with people like that?
レッスンしてもらったこともあるよ。
Ever since we arrived in the hall, there had been people coming up to greet Fal one by one. We had moved from the lobby to our seats as quickly as possible, but even there, people would keep approaching her.
こんにちは、ファルシータ君。それと、珍しい顔があるじゃないか。
Yeah. Miss Cordell.
こんにちは。
ああ、こんなところに2人でいるということは、本当にパートナーに決まったんだな。
By the way, can I just say that I also enjoy, we all know I enjoy Arbeito a lot, but I find it funny that they say partner. Like, is there no word in Japanese for partner? did you doubt me?
いや、そうじゃないんだが、まあいい。二人が演奏しているところは聞いたことがないが、意外に合うかもしれないな。
ええ、それは私たちが一番知っています。
Val said, brimming with confidence. I just nodded ambiguously, as usual.
そうか。本番まで気を抜かず、きちんと練習するように。
I know. Please don't lecture me here.
さすがにそれはない。いい音楽を聴くこともいい経験になる。それではあまり邪魔をしてもいけないので失礼しようか。
それでは。
Hey, listen, it's not...
新年に入ったら一度来なさい。
She completely ignored my words and left us after concisely stating her demands. It appeared she was the same wherever she went.
いい先生だよね。
I guess. Whoa. Talk about a jump scare. The buzzer indicating the start of the concert resounded throughout the hall. Is that how you do things in Italy? At least a scary place, apparently. In Germany, we just shut up. It effectively brought the babble of voices to silence. Soon the lights would go out and the recital would begin. I never got a good look at the pamphlet. What are they going to perform?
聞けばわかるよ。
I guess so.
確かミサのためのアカペラとかそんなのが多いはず。教会に行く代わりにこういうのもいいかもね。
Yeah. The hall was awash in an atmosphere of tension unique to such a place. No one was talking, but due to the accumulation of the rustle of the clothes, clearing of throats and sighs, it was by no means silent. But after the conductor came on stage, made a light bow, and received applause from the audience, I stopped noticing this. I surrendered myself to the wave of pleasant music. It was a completely different experience from performing myself. Rather than becoming part of the composition of the notes, I took in the collection of tones that formed the music with my entire body. Not just my ears, but my skin, and basically every other part of my body that could react to the wave of music began feeling like one and the same organ. I just did like the up things with the eyebrows, but then I realized nobody can see that. But I wanted to let you know. Until the final remnants of the notes were absorbed by the walls of the hall, I had been unable to move my body even an inch. The first part of the program was over. The audience was given a 5-minute intermission. Well before my excitement had dissipated, I glanced at Val. She had an emotionless expression on her face. Val?
ああ、どうしたの？
Nothing. The intermission has started.
ええ、それは知ってるけど。
Okay then. That performance was amazing, wasn't it?
うん。
What is wrong?
いや、なんでもないよ。それより始まっちゃうといけないから、ちょっとお手洗いに行ってくるね。
I'm fine.
そう。じゃあ、ちょっとごめんね。
Maybe her problem is that she doesn't enjoy music really, like emotionally. Maybe she's like a technician, but not as much into it as she's supposed to be. Or maybe she was reminded of a problem of her, I don't know. Val eventually returned at the same time the second orchestra began, so I had no chance to ask her anything more. I guess we will learn. After all programs were over, everyone got up from their seats and began heading for the exit. Next to me, Val remained silently staring at the stage. What's wrong?
もうちょっとここにいていい？
No problem. I always wait until all the people leave. I'm either... actually, there's two ways. I'm either the first to leave or the last to leave. I'm never, ever the guy in the middle of a mass. I hate that. Of course not. I'm in no rush.
ありがとう。
She said almost bluntly, then went back to being silent again. I didn't mind burying myself into this comfy chair for a while longer. My admiration for Piova Music Institute was renewed at the realization that it produced such great musicians. After the performance, a comfortable, sinking feeling had overcome me, and my ears were still straining for tones left dwelling inside the hall. Whoops. Huh? Ah, sure. Back to her usual energetic self, Val stood up, and I followed her outside. So, what is the matter? You didn't enjoy the performance?
何のこと？
Must be my imagination then. You just seemed to be looking a bit glum after the recital was over.
私が？そうかもね。
She seemed surprised at first, but then nodded comprehensively.
うまかったよね。
Yeah, that is why I was kinda surprised that you seemed dissatisfied.
違うよ。不満なんてないよ。いや、不満はあると言った方がいいのかな。
What do you mean? Val looked around her as though to confirm the large amount of people on the streets, then smiled mischievously.
そういえば、寄りたいとこがあるって言ってたでしょ。
Okay, so she's probably unhappy with the situation overall. Sorry, I always have to. There is like a very famous sentence in a German comedy that is like, that pretty much goes like, I'm unhappy with the complete situation, you know, more or less. Hard to translate, but that was so fucking funny. If you want to learn German, watch Der Schuh des Manitou. It's a Western parody and it's fucking hilarious. I guess you probably don't get it as much though, since a lot of it is based on a parody of a famous German cowboy and Indian writer, Karl May, and he's not famous in America at all. So, and I mean, probably you're not all from America. Basically, not even the majority of my channel is from America. So maybe you know Karl May. I don't know. I do.
そこに行ってから話してあげる。さ、急ごう。
Hey, wait up! Man, I always talk about random bullshit. It's horrible. I really should stop doing that. After trotting along for a few minutes, we arrived at the Institute campus. Partly due to it being Natale, it was strangely quiet around here, despite practice rooms still being open. Students who had finished their practice sessions came walking this way in twos and threes. We were proceeding in the opposite direction, toward the school building. You wanted to go to a practice room. But we'd only be able to practice for less than an hour, you know.
それも任せて。
Yeah, that was my intention.
ありがとう。
Well, at least this means I haven't been lugging around this heavy Fortel case for nothing.
もう。
We stopped in front of the building. Val told me to wait. There should still be practice rooms available, you know.
いいから。
She sat and entered the main building. Okay. She came back out after a few minutes. I took that cue to start for the secondary building, but was stopped by a voice behind me.
そっちじゃないよ。
Oh, the old school building. The main building then. You're scheming something, aren't you?
半分正解。じゃあ、
Val stopped in her tracks right in between the two school buildings. You can't be serious.
はい。これは何でしょう。
The girl held up a thick bundle of keys. It no doubt opened a great number of doors.
ここが来たかった場所。
Oh, okay, so probably the place where they perform, huh? I am amazed you were allowed to borrow the key. Val proceeded further inside with continuous giggles.
約1ヶ月後、私たちはそこに立って演奏するんだね。
Yeah, it was a strange realization. Up until now, I had always performed on that stage on my own, never with someone else. Perhaps you could say a large responsibility lay upon me. Until now, I had been able to get by somehow, even without subjecting myself to a strict practice routine. I liked music, was blessed with a great teacher, and was getting decent grades. But this time, it wasn't just my head on the line. Chances were that our performance would end up deciding our futures. It might be an exaggeration, but most people who successfully completed this recital ended up in famous orchestras. Even the ones who would get favorable treatment from music instructors around the globe. Whatever false goals may be, a successful performance here was undoubtedly an essential condition for her. Since she had chosen me to be her partner, I had the responsibility to do my utmost best for her.
どうしたの？
Nothing. Just a little nervous.
さすがにそれは気が早すぎるって。
It wasn't the light, even pleasant kind of tension I felt before a performance, but a sort of panic pressing down on my chest, to the point it made it difficult to breathe.
実は私もちょっとだけ。
At the same time she said that, she nimbly hoisted herself up on the stage, then turned around and extended a hand to me.
来て。
Okay. The hall was deathly quiet. I was still gripping her hand, and felt it tremble lightly under my touch. Yet her expression was not one of fear. Rather, her eyes were full of determination, ready to take on a challenge.
ねえ、さっきのこと覚えてる？
You mean the question I asked you?
そう。
Of course. Will you tell me?
うん。
She finally let go of my hand and moved to the center of the stage. She closed her eyes, exactly like she would before she started singing.
私はね、さっき正直言って悔しかったんだ。
The girl fidgeted with the pendant hanging from her neck, her eyes gazing at some faraway place. She was always wearing that pendant. It must have been important to her. About what?
あそこまで完璧な演奏を聞いて、クリスさんはどう思った？
Oh, cool. Maybe That would be also interesting if she wasn't actually interested in Chris. Like, in her pendant there would be her boyfriend or something. Jesus Christ, me and speculations. I was amazed. It reaffirmed my love for music.
そう。私はね、まだ自分がその域に達していないんだって。
Whoops. But Fal, you're only...
知ってるよ。でもね、私はすぐにでもプロになりたい。
You mean right after you graduate?
そう。歌を歌って生きていくってこと。
You can. I'm positive about that.
どうだろう。
Fucking mouse, what are you doing? Stay in one place. There we go. You think? Oh, whoops, that's her line. Of course. After all...
いや、今の言い方はちょっと卑怯だったね。クリスさんが次に言ってくれそうなことは想像がついちゃった。
Go ahead.
私に足りないものってなんだろう。
What you lack.
前にも言ったよね。そしてクリスさんもそれを否定しなかった。
True.
自分だけだったら勘違いかとも思えるけど、同じ意見の人がいるのならそれは勘違いではないよね。
Moreover, Fornif had felt it as well, which was more than enough to convince me.
で、クリスさんにもわからないよね。
I'm sorry.
でも、だからこそ私はクリスさんと一緒に演奏したいと思うの。これから先もよろしくね。
Yeah, let's. From now on. Did she mean until our graduation recital? Or beyond that? Yeah, that is the beauty of... What did she say? I think she said Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Open phrasing. Very open phrasing. I remember my sister learned, or still learns Japanese, and her teacher once said Japanese is probably one of the most imprecise languages that exist. I smiled ambiguously and averted my eyes in an attempt to hide my embarrassment.
さて、せっかくステージまで上がったんだから練習していこうか。
I figured you'd say that. I'll be ready in a sec.
その間に発声練習でもしてるね。
We positioned ourselves in the same setup as we would at the actual performance. I played the first note for her, to which she began humming. The stage was brightly illuminated, the spectator seats shrouded in darkness. The girl glanced my way, and the moment we were in sync, music began to flow forth. Well, that looks a bit wrong perspectively. Who in the world drew that? It looks... You see her one eye? Oh, Jesus, this looks freaky. Her voice was crystal clear. Sitting right next to her, I could hear it quite clearly. At every turning juncture in the piece, we would look each other in the eye, perfecting our timing before moving on to the next phrase. During a pianissimo, she would slightly hunch her body, and I would respond by slowing down the movement of my fingers. We were capable of performing all the things necessary for a duet without a conductor. Unlike earlier today, when I was a spectator, I was engulfed by a strong sense of unity. Oh, stop right before the... Okay, look at me, love me, what was it again? Listen to me, look at me, blah blah blah, something like that. You look satisfied.
実際にそうだからね。
Perhaps she'd started to panic. The girl must have realized she was lacking something a long time ago and had to have been desperately training. Oh, okay, a long time ago, and had to have been desperately training an attempt to plug that gap. She must have gone to great pains to try and figure it out by herself. Although naturally, this was just my personal conjecture. However, if I was able to share even a sliver of her pain through performing with her, oh, a sliver, I was already wondering, and assist her in finding what she was looking for, then that was all I could ever wish for.
ありがとう。
No need. Really, you should keep your words of gratitude for when we finish our graduation recital with success. So far, there hadn't been much ground for her to be thankful to me. If anything, I should have been the one thanking her. A long time ago, when I loved music even more than I do now, I didn't just enjoy making it, but had the burning desire to become a better performer. Those sentiments were now rekindled.
そろそろ時間かな。
Oops. The large clock on the wall told us it was well past 8 o'clock. This might be bad. But if you're here, I figure we can get away with it somehow.
ごめん。怒られるかも。
What?
8時前には帰りますって言っちゃったから。
To an instructor.
警備員さん。ナターレなのに。
Then let's hurry.
ごめんね。一緒に怒られちゃうかも。
Well, if we can lighten the pain by sharing it, then all the better.
あんまり怒られなくてよかったね。
This school seems like a different place when I'm with you.
どうして？
I've been scolded by that guard in the past. If I remember correctly, I came back to pick up something I forgot with Asino. He discovered us and gave us hell.
きちんと言えばよかったんじゃない？
We tried. He didn't give it. So we ended up sneaking in.
いい人だと思うんだけどな。
To you, maybe.
何それ？
It was a compliment.
そうは聞こえないんだけど。
Then you should revise that thought into thinking that it did.
もう。あ、そういえば、お腹空かない？
Oh, this will be a long episode, but I want to see what there has to be some moment between them. There has to be. Huh? Now that you mention it, I was getting quite hungry indeed. I hadn't had time to have breakfast this morning, of course.
うちで食べる？用意はしてきたんだ。
You prepared something.
コペルト特製のラザニア。あとは焼くだけまで作ってきたんだけど。
I'd had it twice before, so I could almost already taste it in my mouth. It served to strengthen my hunger tenfold. Seeing as you already made it, I couldn't refuse the offer.
多く作ったから、おかわりもどうぞ。
The night of Natale wasn't silent, but quiet nonetheless. Apparently, Fal would go home tomorrow and return by night train on the morning of the day before the first day of classes. And she herself had offered to spend the day practicing. Since I had nothing else to do, I couldn't refuse. No, obviously, you never can do anything.
少しは練習しないとダメだよ。
I will. Anyway, it's late and it's cold. You should go back inside.
本当にわかった？ならいいんだけど。
Right back at you. Then again, it wouldn't sound very convincing coming from me.
私は大丈夫よ。
I know.
まあいいや。それじゃあ列車の到着する時間に来てくれるんだよね。
Aha. At 2 o'clock? Leave it to me.
お願いね。なるべく早く感覚を取り戻したいから。
Roger.
じゃあまた。
Wait a minute, am I retarded now? What did I read? I read that they're going to eat lasagna together now. Seeing as you already made it, I couldn't refuse the offer. I made a lot, so don't be afraid to ask for seconds. And I wasn't silent, but quiet nonetheless. Apparently we would go home tomorrow and return. But they couldn't have eaten yet. It's like 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later. What? I guess they ate in the course of 5 minutes. Or she had an oven in her pocket. Fucking really?
クリス、そちらは今も
Ah,
雨
come
が降ってい
on.
ますか？
I was so fucking sure that something has to happen. I guess we're not there yet. I guess I'm way further away from the end than I supposed. Than I thought. Fucking hell. Okay. Let's read the letter from Ari and give Chris a bad moment, something like that, and then we'll see.
こちらは相変わらずのいい天気です。今日はナターレのはずだけど、ちゃんと教会にお祈りに行ったかな？去年までは私が一緒だったからよかったんだけど、今年はそれが少し心配です。
Oh, so that was the certain someone you talked about. Not Tata, but Arietta. Now that makes sense.
クリスのことだから朝早くは無理だろうね。やっぱりお昼くらいにでも行ったのかな。私も同じくらいの時間にお祈りに行ってるはずだから気持ちが通じ合えてるといいね。
Okay, I gotta say now though, this is fucking ingenious. This is fucking ingenious. Him not actually going... As mentioned, he didn't get the salvation from the priest, and now his girlfriend writing like, I went at the same time to church as you, so our prayers could meet up in heaven or something like that. All the while he is praying with another girl. This is ingenious. This is great. Love it.
今年のお手紙もこれで終わりです。なんて言ってもすぐに来年のお手紙が届いちゃうけどね。最近はクリスが帰ってきた時のことばかり考えています。今年は会えなかったけど変わりはないかなって。音楽学院で学んでずっと音楽も上手くなってるのかなって。またクリスのフォルテールが聞きたいです。泣きたくなるくらいに聞きたいです。そういえば卒業演奏のパートナーにはトルタではなくちょっと予想が外れちゃったけど、それでもクリスが決めたのならそれが最善だったんだと思うよ。私がいる場所は遠すぎてこの手紙が届くまでの間にいろいろと変化してしまうから。でも一つだけ分かっていることがあります。クリスは自分が正しいと思うことをしてください。たとえそれがどんなことであろうとも。
Wow.
私は私でクリスはクリスです。クリスが自分できちんと選んだ道を歩いてくれるのなら私は何もかもを受け入れます。だからもしも何かに迷った時は私の言ったことを思い出して。クリス、自分の正しいと思うことをしてください。それが唯一の本当のお願いです。 アリエッタ。
Wow. That was fucking heartbreaking, Jesus, man. Wow. Am I the only one so amazed by this letter right now? This fit the situation so fucking much. And this had like, this had quite a few layers to it. Do whatever you want. Do whatever feels right for you, Chris. You know? I don't know if she only wanted to say, if she wanted to express that musically. But of course, in Chris's situation, it's also, at least for him, about the love aspect, you know? I don't even know if she means it like that, to be honest. We don't know Arietta well enough to tell if she also means that in a personal means do whatever you feel is right in their personal relationship. But for Chris at least, it's probably something he has to consider and think about. Like, wow, well done, game. Well done. We all know I get angry sometimes, but I'm just as willing to give kudos. This was great. I loved it. Really, I loved it. That was great. Anyway, so, thank everybody for watching. Come back for the next episode. So, sadly, I don't know when this will be, but I'll try to make it as soon as possible. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye.